Wake up, saints. All right. Uh, I bet North Carolina was saying the same thing when they felt this one this morning. There was a big earthquake, 5.1 earthquake in North Carolina. It fell actually into the border of Virginia, so they must have felt also and felt there too. That's the biggest earthquake that they've had since 1916. Yeah, 1916. About over 90 years since they actually had an earthquake that big. A revenge of the earthquake. All right. Uh, I don't think this is going to be the last of them. I mean, it does say in the Bible that there will be earthquakes in diverse areas, diverse places. In other news, there were balloon bombs. What? Balloon bombs sent over from Gaza to Israel. And so then Israel responded with strikes, with missile strikes over there to the Gaza Strip. Let's just take a look in the Bible. Matthew 24. We'll start in verse 3. Matthew 24:3. As Jesus was sitting on Mount Olives, the disciples came to him privately. Tell us, they said, when will this happen? And what will be the sign of your coming and of the end of the age? Jesus answered, watch out that no one deceives you, for many will come in my name, claiming I am Christ, and will deceive many. You will hear the wars and rumors of wars. What? Wars? Rumors of wars? What's going on in the Middle East right now? What's going on between North Carolina? North Carolina, North China and North Korea and South Korea. Look what's going on with China and U.S. and Iran and us and Israel and Russia and then Syria right now. Are you serious? Let's dive in deeper. But see to it that you are not alarmed. Such things must happen, but the end is still to come. The end is to come. Verse 7 goes, nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in various places. There we are. Famine's already happening here already. I mean, just about last month, we saw that a lot of the food was actually off the shelves, and people were buying it like crazy. Price of ground beef was about $7 a pound. I mean, we had to get ground chicken. I mean, ground turkey. Sorry about that. It's ground turkey, chicken, and pork. We couldn't get beef because the beef was like too high at the time. All these are the beginning of the birth pains. Then you will be handed over to be persecuted and put to death, and you will be hated by all nations because of me. So that Christians be persecuted. That's already happened already. I mean, the NFL can't go and worship, go into a place to worship, or else they would actually be fined. The Navy is already, or the military itself. I know the Navy for sure. They have to sign a page 13, and they can't even go and worship. If they do, they violate the NJP and go court and get captain's mass. Are you serious? The heck? What is going on? People, you need to get right with Jesus. I'm telling you, you gotta get right with Jesus. I mean, these things are happening. I mean, I'm not sure if anybody's, not if you're not looking at the signs, looking towards the Middle East, looking towards Israel, looking at the skies, seeing what happened with the skies. I mean, it's all here. I mean, we'll be hated by all nations because of Jesus. And at the time, many will turn away from the faith and will betray and hate each other, and many false prophets will appear and deceive many people. Because of the increase of wickedness, the love of most will grow cold, but he who stands firm to the end will be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in whole world as a testimony to all nations, and then the end will come. It's already happened already. North Korea, South Korea, all the nations already know about Jesus. It's been preached. I mean, if you're not even looking, if you're not even have the veil off your eyes, it's all here. So when you see standing in the holy place abomination that causes desolation, spoken through the prophet Daniel, let the reader understand. Then let those who are in Judea flee to the mountains. Let no one on the roof of his house go down to take anything out of the house. Let no one in the field go back and to get his cloak. How dreadful it would be in those days for pregnant women and nursing mothers. Pray that your flight will not take place in winter or on the Sabbath, for there will be a great distress, unequaled from the beginning of the world until now, and never to be equaled again. If those days had not been cut short, no one would survive. But for the sake of the elect, those days will be shortened. At the time, if anyone says to you, "Look, here is the Christ," or "There he is," do not believe it. For false Christs and false prophets will appear and perform great signs and miracles to deceive even the elect, if they were possible. See, I have told you ahead of time. So if anyone tells you, there he is out in the desert," do not go out. Or "Here he is in the inner rooms," do not believe it. For the lightning that comes from the east is visible even in the west. So will the coming of the Son of Man. Wherever there is a carcass, there the vultures will gather. Yeah, very true. Immediately after the distress of those days, the sun will be darkened, the moon will not give its light. The stars will fall from the sky, and the heavenly bodies will be shaken. They're already talking about an asteroid, probably, which got hit in Earth. I mean, the stars falling, the heavens shaken. They always say, it's always said, what happens in the world, in the physical world, happens also in the spiritual. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you guys. It's happening. And I mean, we're actually at the days of Noah. It even states in here about the day of Noah. on the Matthew 24. I'll start in 36. No one knows about that day or hour, not even angels in heaven, nor the Son, but only the Father. As it was in the days of Noah, so it will be coming in the Son of Man. For the days before the flood, people were eating, drinking, marrying, and giving in marriage up to the day Noah entered the ark. And they knew nothing about what would happen until the flood came and took them away. That is how it will be at the coming of the Son of Man. 2 men will be in the field. One will be taken, the other is left. 2 women will be grinding with a handmill. One will be taken, the other will be left. Just a twinkle of an eye. And like it says in Revelation that he will come in the thief of the night to come get us. Are you awake now? Because if you're not awake and you're sleeping, or you got the veil over your eyes, he's gonna come as a thief of the night, and you're not gonna be there awake to see him come in. He'll pass right over you. You need to wake up. You need to get right with God. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you guys. I mean, it's happening right now. Do you have room for Jesus in your heart? Because if you don't have room for Jesus, he don't have room for you. Just remember when he came to on earth, nobody had room for him at all. He was born in a manger. Joseph and Mary came door to door to every inn and that there was. No room. No room. They didn't have room for Jesus. Is that what you're doing to Jesus right now? You're pushing him away and saying, nope, don't got no room for you? If so, you got a rude awakening coming. Everybody says, oh, it'll be fun in hell, this and that. With no rules. Yeah, there's no rules. It ain't gonna be no fun. Satan has all the rules on there. And he gets to make them up as it goes. You're burning, hurting, inflamed, gnashing teeth. If you wondered what Jesus felt like when he got hit with those cat of nine tails, it's gonna be 10 times more worse in hell. Get right with God. I'm serious, people. It's not the time to play. It's getting down to the hour. We're almost at the midnight hour, and it's not fun. So as I close right now, I ask you, ask God, ask Jesus in your heart, make room for him, because you don't know what the hour, the day, the second. God bless you guys. Good night, saints.